hell is even that?
That is one big pilot.
For a modern gaming audience.
Why are you running?
Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
We're communists.
Woke!
Would you please get your politics out of my comic books? I'm like, what comic books are you reading?
I'm cured! Praise God!
He vatored! He vatored!
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Give me the meat and give it to me raw.
For a modern gaming audience.
If I speak, I am in big trouble. In big trouble.
Welcome to Nerd Wars. Sorry about that. Welcome to Nerd Wars.
Please clap.
Yes, please clap. Please clap. Absolute pleasure to have you all here. We're talking Ironheart. We're talking Superman. Everyone's going to be sad until we talk about Bond, but I'm starting that one off first. But before that, we have a prologue to get to. I'm structuring. I'm writing my Expedition 33 script, so I'm getting to structure everything out, and you know how much I tism out about some structure, and I'm currently having to structure it all out, and Badger, he had about 6 hours of withdrawal and started New Game Plus. How you doing, buddy?
I was trying to go through the tower and I was just like, no, I need me some cinematics. I need to see everything again. So I just immediately New Game Plus. Yeah, it's that type of game where you just keep playing it.
I haven't almost cried in like 5 minutes. I need more.
Yeah, I feel things. I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. But yeah.
And we're going to make sure all of you in chat see them. Why haven't you played it yet? Gooch, how you doing? And why haven't you played Expedition 33 yet?
Because I've been traveling and I am just unpacking and doing things that, you know, I don't know if I'll play it. I don't know if I have time to play it. I'm not a gamer like you. I'm not a gamer like you guys.
Dante from Verbal Riot played it. If he's old, if I know Black don't crack, but if he can play it, you could play it. I'm just saying.
Fine,
Gooch.
fine. I will play.
Gooch,
I will. Play
I got
it.
great news. It's a 10 out of 10. Similar to Solo
It
Leveling,
is
is
a
a 10 out of 10 and so incredibly good. Badger managed to enjoy it a lot. And
yeah.
This, and when he saw the trailer, when we watched it, he was like, turn-based, anime-ish, not his type of game, and he still loved the crap out of it that he couldn't help himself but start up New Game Plus. I think you'll enjoy it, Gooch. And you don't have an option.
I played Leftovers KO.
Okay.
Leftovers KO. What is that? What, a cooking game?
No. It's a boxing game with the leftovers from like his burger is in the fridge, comes to life, and you have to box the leftover burger. And
that was from when you went on ABF stream, right?
Yes.
You talk about it.
Yes.
I'm gonna have a word with them. They're taken away from your Expedition 33 time.
I've played the Pong.
Schedule 1, we spent how many hours on that? That was
okay. Now imagine Schedule 1, but like 1,000 times better.
Okay, I will play Expedition 33.
Dude,
will play.
I don't care if you play it on
So
story
crack.
mode and go to the like the disability section and turn on automatic everything. I don't give a fuck. Just play. Hey, because sometimes
I'm not incompetent.
Just play through the game, bro. I don't. Yeah, I'm telling you, the story,
easy mode,
the performance. It is.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it would still be challenging, but because you can't just spam attacks. But it is so good. It's so good.
So I'm glad we got our Expedition 33 out of the way.
We didn't because there's super chats talking about it.
I was gonna say, absolute pleasure having you here. Now let's get to the super chatters. 2 from Sebrew, paid for the bear, 5x deep. For fuck's sake, cancel Disney Plus. Wait, what? The bear? He got Disney Plus so he could watch The Bear?
Bear
season Hulu.
Season 1 and 2 are really good, and then after that it just goes kind of off the rails. But
I think I have it pulled up in the in the in-game of the stream. I actually had that pull up where season 4, people don't seem particularly happy with it. Just dropped though, of course, but not particularly happy with it. I'm not interested in this in the slightest bit unless there's like robot dragons cooking the food. Badger's not interested because he doesn't want PTSD. I'm also there with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Gooch gave us his review, which was what, the first two were good?
First two season 2 is really, really good. With Jamie Lee Curtis, the fish episode and the fork or spoons episode. Really good episodes. But after that, it just kind of played itself out. So
Is there like
I
a
could see,
larger...
I definitely could, I could see the PTSD because like I got PTSD because my dad, like growing up in the kitchen and stuff.
That's
like
like when
that.
vets go see Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah,
and just like,
Well,
no, I don't need to be reminded.
Warfare. I said Warfare is made for vets, but vets shouldn't see it because it's basically like PTSD trigger, like the movie, where it's like, hey, I feel represented in that because I, hashtag restaurant life. But oh my God, that last episode of Clarkson's Farm, the new season of Clarkson's Farm, where he opens his bar, his pub. Holy, I was having a panic. I had to pause it. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I could do it. But hey, I'm glad those who enjoy it.
Okay.
Yeah, Chef Hart. Domak for 20. So tell us, Erwin. Urin, that's how they pronounce it in Asia. Has Witchblade replaced Cleopatra 2525 in your heart? Well, I have a lot of space in my heart for boobalicious women, so I think I can manage. I'm going to try to pull it up if the internet cooperates, but I like to send pictures when I'm watching animes or shows you guys have me watch. So I was going to show you guys the one I sent to Tomak because he hasn't read the comic or I don't think he's even watched the anime. He's only seen the live action show, which is like the worst, angle? Weirdest. Yes. So his response was, "Oh, they're not even in V strings yet." But I had to inform him they have moved past V strings to where they just have like a little bit of gooch covering, and then there's nothing on the ass. They don't even do like a thong or something like that. It's just there's nothing covering the ass.
Gooch is where the body loses all of its heat. So as long as you cover that, you're protected in the elements.
And this scene was after she just cut the bad bitch, and I guess instead of having blood, she's got like white blood or goop. So then the white goop flew all over her face while she was trying to kiss the other one.
Yeah.
It is not even the slightest bit the comic book at all. Not even any attempt whatsoever. I'm kind of loving it though so far. I was planning on getting a little farther in before halfway at least before I start my review, but Tomak hath demanded it. Red French Moon for 2. Who are you using when walking in E33? Well, I'm not. Why would you walk when you could float with Lune? Badger?
Yeah.
Incorrect answer?
Gustav? Or appropriate alternative to said character?
This is this is the whole creating a female character so you can look at a girl butt.
Yeah, I'm a man.
Dude
I play as a male character. And then I live my life as said character.
Lune literally floats and does like a little bit of Naruto, like arms behind her.
And she can go float right next to me, lovely little lady.
If you have a foot like Kata, 100%.
Oh, he's
Lune.
having fun. Yeah, no, he's definitely.
She got that bare foot just like right up there for the camera.
He went up to the paintress at the end and never went forward. He just stopped right there at the statue's feet and was just like, I'm going to stay right here forever. At the foot of the monolith.
This is the ending I choose.
Yes.
Yes, French Moon. Thank you. We will probably talk about Expedition 33 some more. Gooch, F these guys. You do you. You're free now.
Yeah.
Was that an offer?
I don't know, but
F
free
us or
hashtag butt stuff.
Yeah.
Seabird for 2. Gooch, you aren't in the industry, so you don't get it.
That's right.
Is that
Thank you.
Robert's take, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I feel like Phil's gonna win that one. I might be on Phil if I was a betting man.
Phil.
Yeah.
At one point, I gooned a little too close to the sun because you can get swimsuits, and there's like a climbing bit. So I was like, well, why don't I try it out in the swimsuit? And then you can move the camera all the way to where it's right up, and then when you jump,
physics.
I was like, hey, this is funny, and then it happened. I went, Oh, I'm a gooner now.
You goon too close to the
Whoops.
sun.
I was like, if I'd known it was gonna goon out that hard, I probably wouldn't have done it. But this is when we say we do this for science, for research purposes, we mean it.
Do it for you.
It's for my video. It's for you guys. So my video is better. Also, I didn't.
Oh
Yeah, goon.
boy.
I need to put a goon section under characters. Oh, did you pre-read it? I haven't seen it yet.
Also, Erwin, the summer sale is on, so you have more games. Means he bought
I already
you
found.
things.
Already found the one he gifted me, and then I was trying to look at the price of Final Fantasy 7 and Final Fantasy 10 in case I wanted to do some capturing for the video, and at like 12:55 it worked fine, and then the summer sale went live at 1, and then I could not search for any games or like click on anything because so many people were buying stuff on summer sale that it broke Steam. It's probably good now, but yeah, summer sale started and it literally broke Steam. And my first thought was, okay, Tomac is buying so many games, he just broke Steam. Max! And then it turned out, yes, he broke Steam because he bought me too many games.
You're terrorism.
And if you would like to, if there's a certain game you would really like me to do a video of, summer sale's going on, this is the time. B-Man always puts out my Steam code. You want to gift me something? Now's the time. And if someone gives me something, very good chance I'm going to play it. Just keep in mind there's a pretty long queue of games Tomac has gifted me. Basically, this channel exists because I'm like, I need a reason to play all of these games because he's gifted me like 7,500 at this point. I'll have to look at how many he just gifted me. Whew. Hail, Raven. Hail, Max. Absolute pleasure having you all here. And we're going to finally get into it with some good news. So we had some rumors of potential directors for Amazon Presents James Bond, and there's one that I liked. I saw like Edgar Wright, and I'm like, that'd be interesting, but probably bad. But there's one that I saw I did like, but we kind of moved on. I didn't get to talk about it. Denis Villeneuve. That was the one I was most intrigued by. The like 5 directors they threw out there is going to be directing the next Bond film. Gooch, I'll go to you first because you seem really excited.
Go ahead, I'm going to blow the hell out of it. Go ahead.
Wait. Okay, Gooch. You,
no,
you go ahead.
Gooch, tell us why it's horrible.
Then we'll get to what.
I'm not. I don't. It's not that it's horrible. I just don't know. Like, what's he going to bring? He's going to bring a different style to Bond. I think you're going to see a lot of more. I think cinematography to it. I don't know.
And you're saying that as a negative or a positive? Because that's
in my positive like James category. Bond. I like James Bond more action and intense. So, and the directors out there right now for that kind of style is, dime a dozen, and they're not very good. So I don't know what to think of this.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't know.
So you're agreeing the alternative is not good either.
I'm kind of a mixed bag right now. I'm going to watch it whenever it comes out, whenever they get a Bond, but I don't know about a style for a James Bond film. That's
Patrick, tell Gooch why he's wrong.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm super fucking excited about this. A style. Of course, every director brings a style. He's going to bring his style, and hopefully that is like what he said is the most important. The responsibility he feels, always good to hear that, and that he grew up with Bond, Sean Connery. It means he'll probably return to a classic, and we won't be getting Aaron Pierre. We will get James Bond as he originally was. I don't know. I only have positive feelings with this. I've liked all of his movies.
Here's the thing to that. These motherfuckers say a lot of shit and then they do the complete opposite. So I don't.
Oh,
yeah. So I just want to
thank you for the transition, Gooch. Quote, some of my earliest movie-going memories are connected to 007. I grew up watching James Bond films with my father ever since Dr. No with Sean Connery. I'm a die-hard Bond fan. To me, he's sacred territory. I intend to honor the tradition and open the path for Tomac just gifted me another game for many new missions to come. This is a massive responsibility, but also incredibly exciting for me and a huge honor. He said all of the right things. Gooch, do you feel a little better after that?
Well, no, they say these things, but the problem is other people say the complete opposite to begin with, and then they fuck it up. He's at least saying the right things.
I'll wait till I see it on the screen. That's all. I don't.
Do you think
he's not a bad director? I think he's a really good director. I just don't know.
Fenrir, I believe that would be true if this was some fucking no name. Denis has quite a bit of clout. He does not need to do anything the executives tell him. When you get a
And
movie from him, it is a Denis Villeneuve movie.
Well, that was my question then. So you don't think Amazon will get its claws into him too hard?
No, that's why I was also excited. He has the actual fucking power to do his version.
Now that
not
we
an
got
executive's
him,
version.
do you think we're going back to the 50s, or do you think
I
we'll do
sure
modern?
hope so. I sure
That
hope
would-
it goes back.
And with
to
his
classic.
And with his
If
style
they-
too.
Cold War 50s, something like that, or just late 40s, somewhere in there.
It basically what it comes down to is the script. What are we going to see for the new James Bond? That's what it basically
What
comes down to. So
what if James Gunn were to write it? Think about all the humor we could have. Fine. He won't write it. We'll let him direct it though. How's that sound? Rossi for 2. He's insisting. You don't like that, Gooch?
no.
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 Okay, so my thought is Dune 2, fantastic. I get some people hating on him or whatever. I get the various reasons, but as far as I go to the movies a lot. I'm about to go to watch Megan 2.0. Dune 2 and Dune 1 back in the day. Fantastic movie going experiences. I really enjoyed myself in it. Definitely quality-wise considerably better than like a Mission Impossible 8 as well, which was also a fantastic theater experience. I trust him. I did not care about the new 007, but you tell me it's Denis Villeneuve, and all of a sudden I cared. So I think that's a good thing. Badger, does this make you care more?
It makes me care more. I think it's going to actually be treated seriously and with respect. It's not going to be used as a fucking DEI vehicle. I'm starting to actually see products that look good, that look like they were made with good intention and are Finrear. I laughed my ass off during the Naked Gun trailer with Liam Neeson. It looks funny as fuck.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man.
I'm there. I want to see. First of all, we got to see who's going to be James Bond. That's going to be the tell-all, right? And then can he bring? I would love to see that 60s, 50s, 60s James Bond come back. I would love.
I
that.
haven't heard anyone say otherwise. I think everyone is in agreement. That's what we want.
And I'm not saying he's a bad director at all, because I love Dune. I haven't seen the second one yet, actually. But I don't even know if I want to watch the second one, because it'll just look like a fucking perfume commercial, the second one. So
wait, Dune 2?
Yeah, Dune 2. Yeah.
Oh, you haven't seen Dune 2?
No, it just looked too. It just didn't catch. It just didn't. Catch me.
You can lead them to water. You can, the Lord, you give them eyes, but they cannot. Whatever. Insert your quote there. I'm gonna go fucking watch Dune 2 after this. It's so
just
good.
to spike Gooch.
Yes, just all
pound some water at the same time.
Well, there's two
Don't
sides.
waste
to
your water
Dune 2.
on
Fuck.
Yes, Gooch. We share our moisture with you.
That's true. That's true.
It's a sign of we love.
I
Gooch.
liked Dune 1, and I was told if you like Dune 1, don't watch Dune 2, because Dune. So I don't know. I don't know what to think. So I'll have to watch it now that I can.
Wait, do you have an entertainment setup?
Yes.
Still, right? Yeah, you literally have like a home theater setup. Yeah, I think you might enjoy some Dune 2. Hell, good excuse to watch Dune 1 again if you also enjoyed that. Okay, Gooch. We're going to get you. We're going to get you with this 007. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get you a Superman, though. Badger, roll the clip! I haven't seen it all, but this was a scene I was excited to watch. And if I'm not mistaken, this is where the whole like I'm just human or whatever comes from that everyone was so about, right?
You are mistaken. This is the scene after the kaiju fight, after the fortress has already been broken into and his dog has been stolen. This is the scene.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be.
Come on.
He steals the dog.
I tried to stop him.
It's fine, Heather. Superman, we finally meet. Would you like a coffee?
Where's the dog?
Dog.
The dog, loser! You took the dog!
That's right, you get all of this.
I love he moves his coffee.
Yes.
The dog!
Love John Wick,
I have
man.
no clue what you're talking about. He's just a dog. I don't know what dog you're talking about. Ugly dog.
Okay, but
what did you say?
I like this acting.
He said ugly dog in a cape. Yeah, Go ahead,
Oh,
Gooch,
he
tell us
did?
why it's horrible.
Oh, what the?
Go ahead.
Okay, that was actually some good acting between them and good
I
character
thought it was
moments
great.
and
I loved it.
the little extra things they added.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
because I okay, yeah, Gooch, say I don't like it, and then I'll say the things I like.
Lex Luthor, I liked a lot. I'm just gonna leave it at that. That's all I'm gonna say.
Is he too?
Is he
Too emotional? You wouldn't storm in there with superpowers if someone stole your dog?
I don't like that scene with Superman. I do not like it at all.
Why? Okay, you don't want him angry like that, storming in.
No. That's
But he
way
stole
too
his dog.
immature. That is like tantrum Superman.
Did you
That's
say that
not-
when Henry Cavill said, "Where is she?" and lit up his laser vision in
different
against Lex? No, it's not.
different.
It's
This
the
is
same
over a
thing.
fucking
No.
dog.
Oh,
No.
Oh my no! You guys
no.
love dogs more than people.
I
this
love
is-
dogs.
Fucking
But
inconsistent.
this isn't his dog. This
This
isn't
is a
his
scene.
dog. This
Yes,
is
it is.
Supergirl's dog. So
You don't know that that's
I-
supposition. Either way, it's both their dogs. It's the last remaining link to Krypton. This is a scene specifically meant to show Lex triggering him so that his girlfriend can record
you can.
it.
Hey, you love this movie. You're wearing the fucking sweater.
No.
Promote it. Promote it.
No.
Promote it. You
No.
promote it. Promote
What
your
I
movie.
have
Promote your movie.
Is a
This
clear
is your
view.
baby.
Is a
I'm
clear
saying I
view.
don't like it. I don't care
Right.
for it. That's
Why
all I'm
don't you
saying.
like it? And you're saying it's not something Superman would do.
He's
And I'm saying
too
it's something
immature.
Superman has done in multiple different movies and in multiple different comics. Lex Luthor
No,
is the
no.
one person, much like
Different
James
tone.
Gunn and me, who can
Different
push
tone.
his buttons or push your buttons and get them to say and react emotionally. And that's exactly what he did. Played him like a fiddle. It was great.
Yeah, tell us, Gooch. Slap him. Slap Superman. Put him in his place.
Yeah, he could be angry. He could be angry, but that is like way too immature of a Superman. That is overboard for a Superman. For me, I didn't care for that scene. I thought it was, I didn't care for Corn Sweat's acting there. It was just.
We're gonna divide it. I'm throwing a poll up. Yeah, keep telling. Oh, see, I wasn't worried about those two at all, and then they put out the first official trailer, and I went, oh no, I didn't like. Oh my god, ABF. I didn't like the delivery and their voices very much. But that scene right there, I went, oh no, I think I'm gonna be okay with their characters. And Jesus, ABF.
To be clear,
he wants you two to stop fighting.
Before we hit this, every single Superman, with the exception of Brandon Routh, has acted emotionally. Every single one.
That's not. That's not.
I'm talking to
he's
the
allowed
chat,
to
not
act
just
emotion. I know, but he's allowed to act emotional. But that is like tantrum Superman. That is not even like he's.
Tantrum would be if he hadn't stopped
Oh
himself.
no, Badger! You
Oh,
No, it's a
ABF,
tantrum, Gabby.
You got AIDS BF. You got yarded. Badger. Yes. Shout out to ABF. We love playing your clips. StreamYard does not like when Badger plays them though.
No, it's a tantrum, Red.
Oh
So
my god.
I would say we got the poll up. Did you like that Superman specifically in that clip? Yes, no, or meh. Meh is you're like in between, or also you don't care. And currently we have more yes and mehs than no's. So
Anyone watching?
Only about quarter of the votes are no. So not as many people hate it. The meh is at basically 50% no. So meh, and when you're starting your DCU, you need considerably more than
He
meh.
wouldn't react at all. He would be stoic. He wouldn't get upset. He would calmly confront the person.
Oh no, we're having Man of Steel PTSDs now. No, play another ABF clip quick.
His power level is amazing. It's spectacular.
It's just exhausting. 10 years of people complaining that we got a Superman that wasn't emotional, didn't smile, and now we're gonna have another 10 fucking years of complaining that he's too emotional and he's too jokey and it's too nuts.
Holy shit.
Okay. So I like the Christopher Reeves or Reeve or whatever Superman, but he was a little plank of wood-ish. And I get people wanting that just like good old Kansas boy, like simple, nice Christian boy Superman. I get it. But
Literally, he's smiling
my
throughout Man of Steel, Fenrir. Just go watch the movie. He's literally smiling.
I am also fine having a more emotional sort of like Superman who's more actually human than like android, because he can be a little too like perfect, like Mr. Perfect and what have you, which I like, and obviously that is very Superman, but I'm fine with having a Superman that gets a little overly emotional in his 3rd year.
First time meeting Lex Luthor. Says, finally we meet. That's the first interaction.
His dog got kidnapped. He also just had to deal with a kaiju destroying the
right
city.
After the kaiju destroying the city and a bunch of people dying.
Suspects Lex, and then do you think that
what it comes down to is people
Solitude?
just don't like David, I guess. He just doesn't like David. If it had been Henry doing that, it would have been fine. I don't know.
That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying like it was just too much over the top. Like I just think it's Superman. He knows he has to be a little more composed than that. There's nothing wrong with him showing emotion, but that is just a little over the top.
You want him fully
it's
formed.
more of a tantrum.
You don't want
over the top.
Right. You want him fully formed Superman. You want your 10 Superman that has met Lex and doesn't get emotionally attached to anything.
He's
and
grown
super
up
stoic.
with these powers. He knows how to keep himself composed. That's what we've seen through all the movies. Like what? Now he's just like, I'm gonna throw a freaking tantrum because like I lost my
someone
dog.
broke into my Fortress of Solitude, destroyed all my robots, including 4.
We saw more composure out of John Wick, who
dog.
got his dog killed, than we do out of Superman because his dog is super dog.
John Wick starts murdering dudes. He murks everyone up to the top.
But
Superman
he
just
kicked tantrum like, no, he kicked in the door, marched in, started screaming at Lex Luthor. Like it was just like it's just too much. It's too much of like Superman has to have some kind of composure. There's nothing wrong with coming in being angry, but it's just he looked like a freaking teenager.
Gooch, let me show you something.
Is
let me
there
show
more?
you this. But yeah, no, because you keep saying something.
What you're talking about.
Look at this. Okay. Very upset.
Yeah.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
This right here is him composing himself, realizing that he's being recorded, probably live streamed by Eve Tessmacher, and that all of this was designed by Lex to elicit this exact response. It has been done in the comics and in the video game. It's been done in everything.
And then this is how he learns his lesson that he needs to be cool-headed. So
if
his
your ultimate
enemies
criticism
can't provoke
is
him.
you just don't like the way David delivered the lines, I have no fucking rebuttal whatsoever. But if your criticism is that year 3 Superman presented with this shouldn't react this way, I do not think that is a fair criticism. And it's inconsistent with every other depiction we've seen. That's my problem. That's why I get so upset, because there's no clear standard.
Tomak, for a very generous
exhausting.
10. I seem to remember the angriest Superman got was in For the Man Who Has Everything episode of Justice League after he got broken out of the dream. That sounds good. I got a Batman animated series I threw on the list. If I enjoyed that, I may have to go back to the Justice League.
That is a good
cartoon.
one, where they make him think that he had a whole family and he lives a whole nother life.
Oh, really? Okay, that's my jam right there. That's
telling
what I
you,
like.
love the animated series.
I don't want gritty, grinded, and realistic. I want them waking up and then all of a sudden realizing, wait, am I in a different timeline now? That's what I want. Yeah. And Sebrew. What's Jay got to say? And then we'll hit up Sebrew.
Sure. And fair enough, Price. I think this is intentionally showing him, just like we started with Pattinson making mistakes and being younger and having to develop into Batman. This is a year 3 Superman who is not fully developed yet. It's called a character arc, and I'm totally fine with it.
I like it too. Let's put a pin in it because we got to get to Sebrew and then we really got to get to Magnum. Sebrew for 2. Superman beaten by a horse, now beaten by a gun. Sebrew, too soon, man. Jesus. But so true. So true. Appreciate you, Sebrew. And Magnum dropping a 20. ABF is that dude promoting anti-AIDS for Africa, right? Actually, yeah. Did anyone check? Did he actually manage to squirt 50 out? I think he did. It looks like he did manage this. We are currently, his anti-AIDS medication is working here. Appreciate you, Magnum. And we have a clip for that. So we still have 2 more Superman tabs, so I feel like we should start moving towards those. This one's quick, I swear, Gooch. The costume designer reveals that the final decision to wear trunks was not made until the night before the start of filming. So it was
I'd love
such
to
a
see
hot...
what that looks like without the trunks. Like if it's
Yeah,
fully.
Yeah, like there's got to still
he
be
has
like
to
a
have the
belt
trunks.
or something.
I think the
Yeah.
trunks just have to be a little higher up, like they're just a little too low. Like, you know what I mean?
So
Like
it's
a little more.
so were they talking
Yeah.
trunks, no trunks, or were they like, do we do like boxers or briefs situation? Yeah, I'm gonna have to check. I'm currently binging a bunch of anime, but once I get a little boobified out, I'll definitely switch over to some classic DC cartoons. So yeah, it's hotly debated. Do it, don't do it. They did the test. So whether you like it or not, at least they did put some effort into the thought. Now, James Gunn in Brazil for some reason promoting this. I don't know. I don't think we're doing anything very different from what the comic books have always done when it comes to him already being in year 3. I scroll, and then scroll, because if you want to get to what you really want, you got to scroll down to the 7th paragraph. I don't think we're doing anything very different from what the comics have always done. When I first read comics at 4 or 5, I didn't start with an origin story of Superman or Spider-Man. It was a world full of heroes, a world of magic and science so advanced it feels like magic, a world with robots, robot dogs, and kaijus. Okay, we all are like, we're done with the origin stories, so you got to start in. I'm cool with it already being, starting 3 years in. But then there is a legitimate concern that once you're already in and you don't get to build characters, all of a sudden you got a huge roster of characters you have to introduce and do a bunch of character development for. And obviously that was one of our concerns. The more and more I've seen, the more and more Badger has put together the entire plot for us. I think it'll be fine. I think there's an appropriate amount of characters as long as they don't do too much Justice Gang. I think we'll be fine. Badger.
I concur
Gooch,
with that assessment.
They cut out the jokes. That was one of our big concerns. The other big concern was too many people. You still concerned too many people?
Yeah, I am concerned about there's too many characters in it, but I mean, at this point, I just want to see the freaking film. I don't like we've.
Oh yeah,
talked about this,
100%.
Like,
so some asked if the expansive cast would be confusing for audiences. No, not really, because I've screened the movie for so many people and saw that people aren't confused. So I know for a fact that it's not confusing. Oh, we're used to seeing movies with protagonists, and Superman is definitely the protagonist of Superman. And he has his work friends and he has his play friends. Now, I don't know if the Justice Gang is his play friends or his work friends at the Daily Planet or his work friends or his play friends, but that's 2 groups of his friends from different places. And then you're going to have the Lois situation. And just because they have insignias on their costumes or superpowers doesn't mean they're not like any other supporting character in any movie. I think Oppenheimer has 3 times as many speaking roles as we do. So I think people are fine. I'm not too worried about it, Gooch. Yeah, I get being concerned.
There's things that Corn Sweat does really well, and then there's things that he doesn't do well. And from what I'm seeing, I don't like the way he delivers some lines. I don't like how he delivered the line there. I thought it was just over the top. I need a little less. That's all.
A little too human, too many emotional outbursts.
No, he's grown up on this planet for with all these powers. He's been told how many times by Pa Kent, you can't act like that because
Yeah. And you can be told all you want, but when you get put into a rock and a hard place situation and they kidnap your dog and destroy your city your home.
We've seen the movies. We've seen it numerous times being bullied by the football guys in high school. And
do you think that's a very fair comparison to Lex Luthor breaking into the Fortress of Solitude and destroying his robots and stealing his dog?
I'm not saying he can't be mad. You're saying that he can't be mad. You're saying I'm not saying he can't be upset.
No, so that's my point, because I want to get this clear because I'm tired of having the same fucking argument. So he can get triggered, but you think that once he does get triggered, his reaction was too much. It should have just been a little, and then he would have mellowed out way quicker. And then you also just don't like the way he delivered the lines. But we're allowed to write Lex Luthor triggering Superman with certain events.
And a big running story is the whole social media campaign.
I'm not being facetious. Is he allowed to be triggered?
Optics and all that stuff are going to be important to the story. And with the Justice Gang, they're getting mad at him. The whole optics of being a superhero, him going off and fighting in Barovia and causing an international incident. The Lois trying to prep him for potential future interviews with more hostile media and stuff like that. optics and his image are going to play a big role. So him getting too emotional and realizing like, no, I need to be this bigger figure. I need to keep my emotions in check. I can't let Lex play me using my emotions and stuff like that. That would
Just
be a
because
character
I'm trying to get some
arc.
fucking
I'd be very happy
consistency
to
of the
see.
complaints. If it's his acting, I have no. Okay, you don't like his acting. You don't like his acting. If it's his actions that have been done by other Supermen in many other media, that's where I'm having the issue. That's where I'm suggesting that it's people's dislike of Gunn, or you want to fucking hate this movie. Not just you, Gooch. The whole other interwebs that are actually, because it's not a consistent argument.
I'm going to say this one more fucking time. I want this
Say it.
fucking movie to be
Tell us, Papa
good.
Gooch.
So don't tell me I want to fucking hate this movie, because I want this movie to be good.
Did you
And
not
I'm
just
not
hear me
agreeing to
disqualify
disagree. I'm saying I don't like the way he delivered the lines. I don't like he's over the top fucking tantrum Superman. That is not how I see my Superman. So you can disagree with me, Chet. You can disagree with me. I don't give a shit. That's not how I see it.
25%
That's not how I want to
chat
portray
agrees
it.
with you.
So I don't give a fuck who agrees with me. That's not how I want
we
to see
pulled
it.
it.
I liked how Luthor was portrayed there. That was a concern in some of the other takes we've seen with Lex. Some of the things he did, I like. Oh, the delivery there wasn't that great. I didn't like the voice. I didn't like the tone. But that I liked a lot. Corn Sweat, I don't. I just don't know if I like him as Superman yet. He visually looks like okay, but I don't know if it's just his voice, the way he delivers it. I don't. There's something about it that just not hitting for me. Lois Lane, I was concerned about her at the beginning. Now I fucking think she's probably
And then
one
you
of the
saw
best
her
parts of
boobs.
it.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about the dog. I really don't. They promote the fuck out of that thing.
Yeah,
it's another
but
fucking baby
it's-
Yoda. Like, who gives
It's
a
gonna
shit?
work though. As a writing technique, the kicking the dog
So,
is literally the easiest
People,
thing to do.
if you
to
want
make
to
a
sit there and
villain.
say I hate this because it's James Gunn, I don't give a fuck about James Gunn. You're right, but I want this fucking movie to be successful and I
Yes.
want it to be good.
I'm
Plain and simple.
Gooch, I'm very happy for you to have whatever opinion you want to have.
Well, I don't want to hate this movie, and people think I'm just hating because
Me
I want to hate.
neither.
No, I just certain things I don't like in this fucking movie, and that scene there I did not like by Corn Sweat. I thought it was just too much.
So French Moon, and then I think Gunho or someone is saying that the social media angle is retarded, which I get just the basic like, oh, Tessmacher, social media. Yeah, I do. Like when I first saw that, I was like, kind of retarded. But when you think of it as the whole like public image of Superman thing, it's also very like Marvel did it with Civil War, and everyone loves Civil War and all that stuff. So how he, it's the whole, well, we gotta, keep these superheroes in check and all that stuff. And then he starts realizing, oh, I can't just go to Bravia and overthrow dictators and stuff like that. And oh, I do have to keep my power in check. And oh, how everyone sees me, my public image actually does matter. So I need to be as like restrained as possible. I can't overreact. I like all that stuff. Social media angle, I get it retarded. But that as being a big character arc where he becomes more of that stoic Superman, I actually would like to see that. And James Gunn, I didn't care about Guardians 3, but 1 and 2, I thought he did really good character arc stuff. So I'm interested. French Moon for a 5-er. Or okay, yeah, now go ahead and we get to French Moon for a 5-er.
No, I was just gonna say we've had so many Supermans in the last 20 years. Ruth, or Roth, whatever, however you say his last name. He visually looked good, but he was just his acting wasn't up to snuff for that.
Stoic and
he was
didn't
just
overreact.
I don't know. It was just something he just couldn't capture the tone of Superman.
He was a little
like,
too
yeah.
good boy.
Henry Cavill looked like a great Superman, but again, he was like a lot of people love Henry Cavill, but there's something about him that was just a little off there too. Corn Sweat, like at first I was like, I don't know about this. Like he looks too like long in the neck, and he didn't look like physically like Cavill. But I some of the scenes I saw from him, I was starting to buy in. I'm like, okay, he's looking good. And then we see these little snippets. It's like, no, the delivery's it's off. It's a little too.
Gooch, I had a realization because as far as like we can away from boobs and butts and other favorite body parts on a woman, I like me some good hips. And I was like, the other day I noticed, I was like, God dang, Red Sonja got some hips on her. And that's when I realized, so women have hips, but if you just invert it and flip it around, V-taper.
Yeah.
A man's sexy hips is actually is the V-taper.
Yes.
So my enjoying women's hips is basically the same as Gooch enjoying men's V-tapers.
Yes. Yes.
That's the sort of sciencing I do around here. And Chad, I apologize for ever bringing up Superman. System Shock 2 25th anniversary remaster came out today.
We need to be able to keep talking about Superman. That was my point, by the way. It's like, just so it's clear now, the joke of let's trigger Gooch about Superman has long since fucking played its course. I wore this because I was tired of arguing with everyone fucking online that don't understand and read comics and had complaints that were completely incongruous with the actual depiction that we just watched. So in the future, if I bring up or talk about Superman or whatever, it's because I want to talk about it, not because I think it's funny to trigger Gooch. I'm done. I'm done with that shit.
Gabby, that's not what I'm saying.
I never brought it up to trigger Gooch. I actually actively don't. I tried not to bring things up because I don't.
The first shirt I bought was a trigger Gooch. Well and over truly that. My mommy bought this for my birthday. All right. Thank you, mother.
Oh, Mama Badger. Shout out there.
When's your birthday? We doing a birthday stream?
Next month.
When was your birthday? Okay.
July 21st.
Oh, they're getting you a month early birthday present?
She's a lovely lady.
That's a good mama right there. French Moon for a $5. Also, if we want Superman to have an arc, those types of scenes make sense, especially Krypton. Yeah, I 100% agree. Moving on from Superman, please God. I'll not pay to see this movie, but I'll give you $2, Seabrew. Thank you. You've given me more money than you give Superman. I appreciate it so damn much. System Shock 2. I was interested in playing this. This was the first one I got gifted, and tomorrow I will probably have I will have many a tab telling you about what Tomac gifted me. Yeah,
so many games.
And then I believe, one second, we got to get at least one clip in there for all of those. Let's do some French Moon, who I always look for Red first, but I have under French Moon. So we can watch Alec Baldwin get beat up by French people.
It's too baggy.
That's the good ending. So, I know what's not going to have a good ending because we're going to get Mephisto. For some reason, Gooch has not watched this. I can't understand why. Nerdrotic makes a really good point. Maybe we have been a little too harsh on it. Ironheart is the most comic accurate representation of a horrible character from an awful comic made into an even worse streaming show. Hashtag Ironheart. Agreed. And for those of you who do not watch it, you can't escape it. You have to watch 11 seconds of it. Suck it. Deal with it.
Here we go. Okay. Just to let you know, your girlfriend be getting jobs. Right. Be getting gigs. Right. Be getting pins. Right. Be getting start. Yeah. Come on. Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah. Here we go. Here we go.
So this show loves to do a lot of other characters telling the main character you're the bestest is. So we find out she's a genius essentially just through everyone saying she's so smart. How are you so smart? Yeah, good question. How are you so smart? Who did you steal the intelligence formula from? And when I said that, it was a slightly racist joke. And then I watched it and I realized she is a fucking thief and it was not a racist joke. So I'm going to keep saying this. I am glad her friend got killed in a drive-by. Next.
Yeah.
The absolute state.
Gates, Jobs, Pym, and Stark. Why not Musk?
She throws shade several times at Stark by saying, I ain't going to throw shade off the rip or whatever like that. Yes. So this is the leader telling them this. This might be the prettiest group of washed up criminals I ever saw. I thought this would be a good chance to go through the characters. So we'll go left to right. So left, I thought we were just going to have to deal with Riri and the 5'2", 80-pound annoying black woman hacker with terrible hair. But no, we get two of them. Okay. And she's got a septum piercing. And is possibly the worst. Badger, I need you to start thinking who the worst actor is amongst these. There is some serious competition for worst actor. Then we got Riri, who is genuinely in competition for worst actor. So does this thing say a word? Does this have a single line in the show that we've seen so far?
It said something. I don't remember what it was, but it did say something.
We're pretty sure this is a woman. Yeah, it definitely made some grunts. Well, because this
looks like grunts.
And it's siblings. They're called like blood siblings or something on IMDb. So this is a man, woman, non-binary it thing. Badger, you thought it was a man for episode 1, right?
I was so shocked.
And then discovered in episode 2, wait, no, that's actually a chick. Correct. And then we get to the middle, and it's the long fingernailed hacker drag race.
Oh, that is
Queer. We'll say queer.
That's the
Yes.
RuPaul drag race?
And they make sure to say they, them multiple times. Like they emphasize the they and then them. Make sure it's as terrible diction as possible. And then, it was even worse than I thought. And then this guy right here is John, which is the right-hand man of the main, what I thought was bad guy. I thought the Hood was going to be the bad guy, but the Hood is actually the good guy, and the protagonist and the antagonist bad guy in this is Ironheart.
I don't know what they were thinking.
Like Badger, like that's like 20% a joke, 80% like real. Would you agree that she's the bad guy and he's the good guy in this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not good.
So I don't get that, like, and I think I mentioned this yesterday. They're going to schools and promoting this show to the kids. So
Rossi.
what are they promoting then?
Crime, definitely crime. Hollywood degeneracy, plenty of that. Eric Andre's in there, and he screws up. So they try her out in like an escape room thing to get the job, and then they kill Eric Andre. And I still consider them the good guys over her.
Yeah.
And then she kills John, the best character. Well, one of the best characters, John. He actually had a little bit of acting in there. I like the Hood all right, but my favorite character is White Boy. They have one White Boy. He's the best character and the best actor. It's Young Solo. Magnum. Yeah, go ahead. And then we'll get to Magnum's, I assume, racism.
No, it's just Alden. That's his name.
Oh, Alden. Oh, yes. Alden Irish.
Yes.
Isaac probably knows how to pronounce that German name. Magnum for 10. Riri Williams is so smart that she managed to get her cousin Carmelo a $10 bail. Okay, so it's just a little bit of a racism. I appreciate it. But here's what I don't understand. So she's so poor that her mama can't like pay the rent. But the girl can literally invent Iron Man suits powered by wind and solar, Gooch. It's wind and solar powered Iron Man suit. And yet she can't get a job and her mom can't pay the rent.
How
so
does
she
not
has
have
to
a
commit
billion
crime.
patents that she could sell or programs, or it's like
Correct, or like an AI startup or something like that.
I am so glad I didn't watch this show. Oh my god.
Yeah, maybe you should watch Ironheart before you see Superman, and by comparison, Superman will be that much better. Like honestly, it's one of those things where you kind of have to start readjusting like scoring systems. It's so bad. Carl. Appreciate you, Carl. Wait, I did read it right. F crypto. What if Carl went missing? So true. So true. Crypto. Ironheart. We got to get back to it. We spent way more time than I wanted to on Superman. Ironheart fulfills low expectations with a weak narrative, poorly written characters, and dull action. It will also arouse the ire of trolls who target Disney's diversity efforts. So that's what we had seen. And then we get from Game Rant, Ironheart was already being review bombed on Rotten Tomatoes before it even premiered. And you know the creators went, yes, thank God we can run with the headlines that it's all just review bombing. But then the problem was Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb cleaned all that up, and it still got really bad scores and even worse scores from the critics. From Newsweek, Ironheart is apparently being review bombed ahead of premiere. More of those Ironheart reactions are in, but you're a racist if you don't like it. No, Squid Game, that's us talking about something good. Okay, so I thought I had it up here. Okay, yeah, Squid Game accidentally snuck in Ironheart. So 4.0 out of 10. It was 4.1 this morning when I checked it.
Oh, damn.
Here's the problem, though. You got all the 1 out of 10s. Okay, sure, review bomb. But then you go up to the 10 out of 10s, which when I last looked, there was about 50% as many. There's considerably more 1 out of 10s now. But this does not count as review bombing. It's literal love bombing. They never ever mention the 10 out of 10s. So even with all these fake 10 out of 10s, it's still a 4.0 out of 10. So my actual thoughts on it, I I probably shouldn't bring up bell curves while we're talking about young black girl geniuses, but I'm going to. Your scoring system should be bell curves. If it's a normal one on IMDb, you see a bell curve like this. This thing's and most bell curves should be around the middle, and if it's really good, it should be higher. If it's really bad, it should be low. This, like the peak should probably be 4 out of 10. So they're calling this review bombing, but I think a 4 out of 10 is very fair because production wise, there's some competency in the actual filmmaking of it. It's just the characters in the story are hot garbage. Badger, what are you giving it out of 10?
I can't really judge it based on the first 3 episodes,
but we say first 3, but that's the first half of the series. So think of it that way.
4 out of 10 is generous. Yeah.
Well, because with the bell curve is once you start getting closer to the 1, you get closer to the 10. It needs to be a little bit harder. Like each half a point needs to be a bit harder to get to. Is how I rate things.
It's somewhere in there of a 2 or a 3.
Well, and you keep in mind that the median number is 5.5. Everyone always thinks 5 is the middle, but 5.5 is actually the middle. My stance is 1.5 points below the average. I think it's fair, but then it's important halfway through the season to say, is your score edging upwards or going lower? And this is a 4 out of 10 heading lower. This stock is
not being edged.
Yes. And then we go over to Rotten Tomatoes and 70%, 64%. It was 70% to 69%. So it was the exact same score. Oh no, well, it's getting review bombed, so it's lower. Let's go to top critics. Oh wait, the top critics gave it 50%. Oh, review bomb, racism's confirmed.
Now it's done right, Thoth.
So, Ironheart review from IGN. Badger, what do you think IGN gave Ironheart?
If they gave it, okay, I was going to say, I saw the chat. If they gave it a 7 out of 10, I was going to lose my shit. Bill, 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which obviously is a 2 or 3 out of 10 from IGN.
It is lower. Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, fuck.
And despite assured emotive performances from Dominique, Anthony, they all were terrible except for Alden. Ironheart never gives Riri Williams the transformative hero's journey we've grown to expect from MCU protagonists. Yes, because she's not the protagonist or the hero.
And she's not the hero, yeah.
Yeah. It's run-of-the-mill antagonist, Ironheart, and cynical script leave few characters to root for. Correct. When I talk about characters being likable, and you have to make characters likable immediately, that is one of the main aspects of that is being able to root for the characters. That's why a Game of Thrones, it might be really good acting and story, but all the characters are assholes and doing terrible things and whatnot. And so it's hard for me to root for those kind of characters. So I'm not really into Game of Thrones because there aren't enough characters for me to root for. I've seen quite a few episodes with my buddy, and I like Tyrion. I like Tyrion, but there's not enough characters for me to root for, and this doesn't have a single... the guy I like, John, my favorite part was when he was slamming black girls' heads into things and trying to kill them. When he tries to kill the main character, I was like, get her! Get her!
Yeah, she's...
They're not pleasant. You're done fucked up as a writer.
They're not good actors, and it's not pleasant to watch them at all.
It's Asmongold Clips channel bait. It's made for us to make fun of. It's embarrassingly bad. And honestly, it's not as bad as I was expecting from some parts, but the acting or the drag race dude is worse. So some of it is worse than expected. Overall, a little bit better than expected. I think Badger would agree. Agatha, certainly better, but something like an Acolyte is more of a debate. I think it's better than Acolyte. Badger thinks it's worse than Acolyte, but would rather watch the Acolyte.
I think, if you were to punish me. Although I don't know what the next 3 episodes are going to be like, so then maybe that'll change. Yeah.
And this definitely does far more damage because it's doing damage to Star Wars rather than damage to Ironheart, which when you start damage, And so this is 19%. So the audience hates this way more. Some people were saying that it's worse than the Acolyte. Maybe after 3 more episodes, but it was not nearly as bad. Oh, yeah, and then reminder, we lost Yord and Jackie on this day last year. That was yesterday.
Shout out, Yord. $14 for your Black Series. Thank you. Took your lightsaber and your jacket.
Agatha all along managed to have an 83%. I definitely think Agatha is better. Now, like a Rings of Power, I would a 4 out of 10 is what I gave the first season of Rings of. No, I think I gave it a 4.5 out of 10, and then a 4 out of 10 or 3.5 10 for season 2. Because even though the characters and writing was terrible, there's a lot of really my eyeballs were happy with a lot in Rings of Power season 1. But then there's a few characters I could root for in season 1, but then even they were terrible in season 2. Where there's at least some characters I liked in the Acolyte a little bit, whereas this has like no one, so it's tough. I think it's better than the Acolyte, but not because of anything like good it did. More of because like Acolyte, dude, I was like getting up out of my. Remember my reviews? I was like constantly out of my fucking chair doing this, and I mean there's a lot to point and laugh at, and some occasional jump up out of my chair, but Acolyte was way like I felt insulted by the writers of the Acolyte.
There's no chanting, at least.
Yeah, whereas this is just fucking dumb. Like I definitely feel like there's a difference in the quality of just how terrible it is. Yeah. So yeah, Gooch, I think you should watch it. Long story short, I know what I am going to be watching here in an hour. Megan 2.0. Oh, 61% you said? 40% top critic? Oof. Yes, that says to me I'm going to love it. Thank you. Gooch, did I talk you into going to see F1 today? Are you still contemplating?
I gotta figure out what's going on, and then yes, I think I'm gonna try. Yes.
And Gooch lives right next to a theater with unlimited pass, so I'm gonna talk him into getting the unlimited pass. So Gooch is gonna be going to the theater a lot more for us, right? Gooch?
Yep.
Good. I love and respect you, Gooch. I share my water with you.
Share my water with you, yes. Jesus, watch Dune 2.
Yes, you also need to watch Dune. Feel free. You have extra time because you don't need to watch 28 years later now.
No.
Was Alfie Williams' first major acting role? I will say I did not like the kid's character, but he did a pretty darn good job. And it was his first major acting role? Okay, I'm impressed. He did do a really good job. I just didn't really like the character. But his main hobby outside of acting...
Just everything's off the wall.
If I ask. His main hobby outside of acting has become playing guitar after Aaron Taylor Johnson bought him his first guitar as a rap gift.
That's nice.
That is super nice and endearing, and that shows like the whole like father-son relationship, which was what the first 30 minutes was, which was incredible. And like, oh, that's so endearing. Could we have done this instead of zombie wieners flopping around everywhere? So yeah, hey, that made me like the kid a little more. Absolutely not watching Nia DaCosta's next one. Gooch, now that you're going to be going to the movie theaters, you need to be warned. Shout out.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
AMC's website now finally displays a reminder that all movie showtimes start 25 to 30 minutes after showtime. They finally had to fucking admit it. What we all knew. Yeah,
get used to it.
Just tell us that. But now but the reason it's so long is so they can have all the commercials and ads. Now they're like, hey, skip the commercials and ads. So
but it makes no sense though. Like it's like you have a showtime set at this time here, but like
it's ad
actually
time.
A half hour.
Yeah, no, it's ad time, which we want tell us the showtime, but no, they tell us the ad time. And sometimes the worst part is sometimes they're good. And instead of having to sit through 30 minutes, you have to sit through 15 or 20. But there's no rhyme or rhythm to it whatsoever. Like the animes, if they put an anime in, I make sure I'm there like 10 minutes after because those start early. So that's the problem is if every single one was 30 minutes late, that'd be one thing. But when occasionally they start early, it forces you to like work and actually show up. It's bullshit. But you know what isn't bullshit? Haste just developed Java into 10. Yes, once he gets that Manscaped deal, Goop is next. And yeah, I cannot wait for some No Guns, No Life. I got it on the list. I'm working my way there. Next big one is One Punch Man. And I got some more Trigun, so I'm going to read some Trigun for all the weebs out there. But more on that later. So let's see. We're on an hour mark. Let's see if there's a few more we want to dabble in. Oh, poor Ironheart. Tessa Thompson. No, non-binary.
Jesus.
Actually looks mildly attractive if you make her look like a girl. And this is Nia DaCosta's new film. Hedda. The film follows a woman stuck in a loveless marriage who yearns for a life her husband can't provide. But when a former lover reappears, her life begins to unravel. Gooch, now that you're going to have an unlimited pass, will you go see Hedda?
No. Nia DaCosta? Definitely no.
You hate black non-binaries?
Well, hate's a strong word.
I know something you might love, though. So, actually, yeah, I'm going to let you guys get to guess on this. Panel and chat. So we keep trying to do promotional events. We got this new technology. I like the idea. You know how we're able to be in different places and we're able to come together at the same time and interact? Imagine if we had like a big screen where like I was here in the Midwest and Gooch was in Canada, and we could have like a big screen where we talk to each other and like say I was a movie star on one side, and then you could have a bunch of fans come up and get to talk to like celebrities on a big screen.
Like a
right?
portal?
Like a portal. And so we've done these sorts of events, and it sounds like Badger already knows what happens every single time they do one of these. Every single time there is a flasher.
Yeah.
Every single time. And then she gets escorted off, and then she does the obligatory, oh, I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I just showed my boobs. And I believe it was Idris Elba and John Cena. So you have like two like jacked, handsome dudes, and then you put a chick in front. They're going to flash.
I hope they high five.
It buffered. Tell our wives it buffered when that happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyone who doesn't know, every single time they set up one of these little portal video screens, every single time there is flashing.
Doing the
we
Lord's
can't
work.
have nice things. Yes.
I know. Oh God!
Yeah.
But I saw feet.
I know.
It was...
yeah. It's not...
Roller coaster remote. It's like a Rossi super chat. So here we go, Badger. Little Star Wars in here. Rogue One director Gareth Edwards says he doesn't think the film is the best. Someone said it was the best Star Wars film of the Disney era. Some actually agree with that. But he says, I don't agree with it, but I appreciate it. I'm very grateful that people say nice things. That's
a nice thing to say. What do they think is better?
That is how you be humble. I know,
yeah.
right?
Film?
So that's the thing yeah, I think the film.
So you're saying Solo or the sequel trilogy? No, it is. Yeah. The Solo sequel and the trilogy is not better than fucking Rogue One.
And he knows that, and yet still he knows professionally he should be humble instead, and he handled it incredibly humbly and freaking perfectly. I'm very grateful that people say nice things.
Yeah.
We always bring up the celebrities saying stupid things, and whenever the celebrities occasionally say what they should, I try to bring it up. I try to highlight it because it's so simple.
Like Tom Cruise, I don't want to talk about politics. I'd rather just talk about the film.
Be humble and appreciative and passionate about your project and wanting to get the fans something that they'll love. It's so easy.
But what about this is the fucking thing. What about Andor? It was great. What about the fucking 3 episodes in the first season and the 2 episodes in the second season that does not negate all the other boredom? Yes, sorry.
Yeah, I definitely liked I didn't like Rogue One as much as everyone, but I certainly liked it more than Andor.
I can't believe you stopped right before the Andy Serkis arc of the first season, which is the best. Also, how did I not know that character was Andy Serkis in Expedition 33?
Who? What?
Renoir.
I was gonna say.
Just when I think you can't get any better, you go and do something like that.
Dude, the voice acting is unfreaking believably good.
Yeah.
Holy yeah.
Andy Serkis.
Charlie Cox Gusta.
I don't care how many shitty movies he's been in, because he's also been in a bunch of good movies. The man tries in everything he does.
Oh yeah, I know. He's one of the few reasons why I might have some optimism for the next Lord of the Rings Gollum crap.
Yeah.
At least, Andy Serkis he's like the Tom Cruise of like the special effects and stuff like that side of things. So Expedition 33, we're staying on. We only have a minute left. Have they started yet? No, okay, so Mael's voice acting, unbelievably good. I would argue she probably does the most consistently good voice acting and the best.
It's so impressive.
Monoko, when you get his relationship 6 or 7 or whatever, he starts doing like the really low, serious voice with,
ASMR,
out of
I'm not
nowhere.
pretending
Yeah, and I'm like,
anymore. Yeah.
it's like in like Solo Leveling when Jinyu does like the crying like angry thing, and it's like just all of a sudden the voice acting just gets taken to 11. Oh, so
Go play Expedition 33, everyone! Yay!
yes. Oh, did it start? Okay,
Yo,
it started. Everyone, Expedition 33. Badger, anything you wanted to plug?
Pre-FNT tomorrow.
Yes, which Gooch will be here for tomorrow, I assume.
Mhm.
Yeah, be there tomorrow. We'll give our Megan 2.0 review and our F1 review, Gooch. Right? Chat, I
I hope so.
appreciate
I
you
hope
all
so.
so much. You're so freaking generous. I share my water with you all.
So long, and thanks for all the fish.
Oh, the camera's on. The camera's been on the whole time, huh? I don't even know. Hello.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
Good, then get the hell out of my life. Who needs you? Beat it. Leave me alone.
I needed to get rid of the human garbage, otherwise known as my best friends.
Oh!
Come on! Bonnie, how do you keep getting back in?
Well, bye.
If we're not back by dawn, call the president.
And I mean, you all know what clip we're going to end with, right?
Everyone.